واتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا.
And the building that we are using currently as the masjid was built in 1968. It was owned by the Uniting Church, but for last 17 years before we purchased, it was rented out to a smaller church called the West Side Church.
Beliefs, and Australia is a country where upholds people's right to conscience, right to freedom of religion and practice.
There was a news in a newspaper in Brisbane, 10,000 redneck is going to oppose your project, the mosque here. And then there was a sort of online opinion poll in the newspaper. By 1 o'clock in the afternoon, they published the outcome of the survey. 86% people supported the mosque in this city. So that was a positive move. The following day, the newspaper interviewed the community leaders, including the Catholic Bishop of Toowoomba and the mayor of the city, and the Pure Land College is a Buddhist institution here, and all of them welcome the mosque here.
When he showed the fourth feature of human creation, he actually fulfilled his rahmah, his mercy.
Bangunan ini dibina pada tahun 6. Tampakkan dalam hati mereka ketika itu untuk membina bangunan ini yang dahulunya sebuah gereja dilihat secara lurus menghadap kiblat. Dan yang lebih menarik, yang dahulunya tanda salib sudah dijadikan kalimah Allahu Akbar, Allah Maha Besar. Mereka tidak tahu ketika itu mungkin satu hari nanti bangunan ini. Bishop Robert ini bukan calang-calang bishop. Dia seorang bishop yang awalnya dilantik menjadi bishop pada tahun 73 di Sydney. Bermulanya Sydney Opera House, bermulanya jawatannya sebagai bishop.
Yeah, well, it was a place of worship, and it was a Protestant church. There are quite a number of churches within Toowoomba, and indeed the area here was zoned as for a place of worship. And I know even ourselves, when we're endeavouring to build churches in places, I know in cities and the like, oftentimes the local community doesn't want any change, and there was a general fear oftentimes the fear of the unknown. But this was a place of worship, and people have got a right to worship according to their religious beliefs. And Australia is a country where upholds people's right to conscience, right to freedom of religion and practice.
There was an attempt to burn the mosque complex. The fire actually was set in one of the buildings, the main hall we use for meetings and gatherings. The person who came, he was sort of captured in the CCTV. We actually set up CCTV before we started prayer here. But that guy had a hood, so it covered his face, so he's not recognizable. He put fire in the middle of the hall and make sure that everything burns out. He put all the tissues from the center of the house where he set fire to all the corners, and then he turned on the gas heater on, the stove on. It is a miracle that the fire actually stopped burning a hole into the timber floor and stopped there.
Dan percubaan yang dibuat untuk melenyapkan bangunan ini melalui kebakaran dengan tujuan untuk meletupkan sebenarnya, dan inilah dapur gas yang menurut saksi dibuka sepenuhnya agar seluruh ruang dalam bangunan ini dipenuhi dengan gas, dan dengan keyakinan mereka bahawanya akan berlaku satu letupan yang besar Dan dengan itu boleh menghancurkan seluruh pembinaan masjid di sebelah dan juga bangunan yang digunakan untuk aktiviti masjid ini. Dan inilah tapak di mana api itu dinyalakan. Bayangkan api yang pada mulanya besar tapi akhirnya hanya merosakkan bahagian yang kecil ini saja. Dan inilah bahagian yang dibaiki dengan bantuan bukan orang Muslim tapi oleh orang-orang Kristian.
The group has a right to express concern. This is what I feel. I want to see things objectively, logically.
Correct.
Well, I can understand why they concerned about Sharia law. I mean, let's put it this way. If I'm a majority in a country and you are the minority, only 2%, and you are trying to bring your law into my system.
There's sort of that fear. So there was sort of the unknown part of all that, but it's one of those things that people have to be open to receive people.
There are people who say that I don't even know what's the Quran, but come here and ask me for Quran. So I think that's wonderful, you know. Well, it's still a journey. It's still a long way to go. Masih dalam perjalanan.
Betul.
Jadi dalam perjalanan tu kadang-kadang macam-macam. Kereta pun breakdown, tak cukup minyak. Certain area you cannot speed, you got to slow down. Kita pun tahu kan, selalu kita dicabar.
Betul.
Oleh Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Setiap yang kita nak buat tu, dakwah tu bukan begitu saja kan. Walaupun kalau kita lihat daripada segi Quran tu was written over 23 years.
Yeah.
I don't know, Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala could have just said, there you are, take it.
Anything happening anywhere in the world just flow down within minutes. And when something happens in another parts of the world, that directly affect us. Everything has a repercussion, has a reaction within a worldwide population, and that's one thing we feel that some of the acts of some Muslims are very unhelpful, and actually is giving a lot of pressure and stress on the community leaders and ordinary Muslims to live in the Western country and practice their religion.
Ujian silih berganti. Allah jualah sebaik-baik pelindung. Toowoomba menyaksikan pertembungan antara simpati
In Toowoomba, there is that much more engagement of various groups, be it they Buddhist, be it they Christian, be it they Muslim, whatever. There's much more working together for the common good of our community in which we live, which is a wonderful thing.
I am a scientist, I'm a professor of a university. I'm not supposed to do all these things I'm doing now. But I feel it is an essential part of the society. Now, given the situation that we're living in, someone has to do it. Otherwise, the community will be in even worse shape. So, what drives me? Because I brought my family, my children in this country. So, it is my obligation to make this country safer and easier to practice the religion and culture that we come from.
Namun hanya 2 minggu setelah kunjungan kami ke Masjid Toowoomba, kami menerima berita yang mengejutkan. Pada awal pagi 17 April 2015, masjid ini mengalami satu lagi percubaan membakar. Kali ini, kerosakan yang dialami lebih teruk daripada percubaan pertama. Berbekal semangat ketabahan dan kesabaran mereka, Islam akan terus mekar di Garden City, Toowoomba.